One very controversial question. People always say AI is going to replace human.
When a patient is undergoing a surgery, if you keep emotions, like it usually happens that many doctors cannot operate their own relatives.
Absolutely.
Because you have certain kind of emotions attached. But as we say, there is no other brain which can replace a human brain.
So don't you think that use of artificial intelligence could hamper confidentiality or privacy of a patient?
Regarding confidentiality, again, I would say that you can't compare it with any medical practitioner.
Correct.
Because that is something which is ingrained in us. So I would say that yes, AI can help on that.
Right.
But again, relying totally on AI would not be a good option.
Hello everybody and welcome back to MedPrep by Academically. And today we have a very special guest with us in this podcast, Dr. Sonal. So firstly, welcome Dr. Sonal.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here.
So today's video is going to be about how AI is transforming healthcare and how important the role of AI in healthcare.
Okay.
So according to you, Dr. Sonal, if I ask you, what is AI and how can you incorporate AI in healthcare?
All right. So because we doctors are not very technologically freak,
Right.
but yes, now people know about AI. AI has actually brought a lot of change in everybody's life, starting from ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or whatever which we keep on using in our day-to-day lives. Specifically, the non-clinical medicos are often using it in various documents and various other projects. So basically, sir, AI is, as you all know, artificial intelligence.
Right.
And AI has not only conquered in technology, but also there's a lot of importance of AI in healthcare sector also, about which probably we are going to talk today.
Absolutely. So the first question that comes to our mind, Dr. Sonal, as we talk about healthcare professionals, so we have doctors, physiotherapists, pharmacists, dentists, and different paramedical staff. So what, according to you, how can there be a collaboration or an interdisciplinary communication between all of these professionals? And what role AI can play in that?
Yes. So as we all know, see, there are certain subjects all of us read, right? Whether it's a pharmacy course or it's a physiotherapy course or a dental course or a medical course. Similarly, just talk about, Payam sir, anatomy.
Right.
Anatomy is something which all of us have to know. So if I talk about being a dentist, being a physiotherapist, and being a GP, right? Anatomy is something which everybody knows. Now, if there's a patient who has got certain, ailment, okay, or just has undergone a certain kind of surgery, okay. So once the surgery is done, the post-op measures, the rehabilitation process has to be taken care by the physiotherapist.
Absolutely.
The surgical part has to be taken care by the surgeon. The medicinal part has to be taken care of by the general medicine doctor, whichever it's cardiology, pulmonology, or whatever it is. And if there's a road traffic accident wherein oral surgery is required, the dentists are required. So healthcare sector is such a sector in which certain distinguishment have been done, but it totally cannot be distinguished a lot. So in terms of AI, if we talk, yes, the role of physiotherapist for that particular patient, the role of dentist for that matter, the role of surgeon, it's a collaborative effort for one particular patient or something like that. So because of the AI platforms, we actually bring all the healthcare professionals at one roof, like under one roof.
Absolutely.
If you talk about being a pharmacist, yes, we doctors are having the knowledge about medicines and all, but we're only reading pharmacology once.
Right.
You guys are reading pharmacology, pharmaceutics,
2-3 years.
prognosy,
Right.
and it's a detailed approach, right?
Absolutely.
So the composition, everything is what you know in a better way. So what happens is, because of AI, you get to actually bring everybody on the same platform.
Right.
If there's a patient who is your patient and you don't know which physiotherapist would be a better option for him or her, the AI-based tools there's a common software which all the doctors are using.
Right.
You come under a community together.
Right.
So there, I think,
So in community building, absolutely, it has a very important role.
Yes.
Moving forward, Dr. Sonal, one very controversial question. People always say AI is going to replace human. So what are your takes on that? Do you think AI can replace the healthcare professionals, like in surgeries and all? Robots are, there are so many robots which are being done. So what do you think about it?
Well, Payam sir, we do say that you should not bring emotions inside you when you're treating a patient.
Absolutely.
When you are when a patient is undergoing a surgery, if you keep emotions, like it usually happens that many doctors cannot operate their own relatives.
Absolutely.
Because you have certain kind of emotions attached.
Right.
So at that place, yes, AI would actually turn out to be really good, or the robotic technologies would be, a best option. But as we say, there is no other brain which can replace a human brain. We have a cranial capacity of 1400 cc, which is much more.
Correct.
right? And it's a very delicate process. If we talk about surgery, or rather a dental surgery also, toothache is something which is compared to actually more than, the pain happens more than a cardiac arrest.
Oh my.
So that's really difficult. So your precision is very much required.
Absolutely.
For that matter, that is why we always go to an experienced doctor. People
Correct.
usually don't drift towards a new doctor who has just done his or her graduation, because they know that this person is having experience of so many patients. And as in our dentistry or as in our medical science, we say every patient is special, because
Correct.
every patient has his or her own story.
Correct.
So it's very much important sometimes to be emotionally attached with your patient, or to understand the financial problems she is facing, what measures which could AI will be giving you the solution, which is the actual solution, not
Correct.
based on the other factors which are related to it.
Absolutely.
But being a doctor, being a human, having a human psychology is very much important to have
Absolutely.
an emotional quotient. So I think AI cannot replace totally, but yes, AI can be useful if we use it under certain limitations.
Absolutely. That is very well answered. I hope the audience, learns a lot from that, because we all somewhere or the other have a doubt AI, but if you use AI efficiently and you know how much to use, definitely it's gonna
But
be.
sir, I also want to add something in this. So some doctors, like we doctors, usually are more keen on studies.
Correct.
And on the subjectual part. Guys, please, all the doctors listening to me, all the dentists, physiotherapists, rather any healthcare professional, AI is something which is a boon to our society.
Absolutely.
And which is a demand of our society. So we should actually be updated with the skills and technologies which is
Correct.
coming up further. Like the dentists out here, in your clinic, you
Absolutely.
should have AI-based softwares.
Correct.
Which enables the work, if you're doing in 2 hours, it gets done in 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
That's a benefit. So you should always keep on practicing it and keep on updating yourself with the updated skills of AI.
Absolutely.
Or whatever is happening.
So, I like to inform our audience on that, because you mentioned about updating. So, we have a lot of upskill courses at Academically. Like one of the courses, Dr. Sonal, that we have is drug safety for physicians.
Okay.
So, we all know that we have so much of pharmacovigilance ka importance in today's world. So, that course is specifically designed for them. Besides, we have HEOR, Health Economics Outcome Research, and we have MSL, Medical Science License courses. So they can definitely upskill themselves by enrolling into such courses.
They should actually, being a dentist, we have always been taught about MDS, then
Correct.
doing DDS.
Right.
Then, you're done with your BDS, the next thing is MDS.
Right.
Actually, people are not aware about the licensure programs or the licensure, courses which are
Correct.
coming up, which actually add a lot to your resume.
Absolutely.
You get differentiated from the other BDS or the MBBS graduates because you have an add-on to what you have. And Payam sir, those courses I think are not very extensive also.
Yeah, they have a particular duration of 3 to 4 months, and you have a practical experience. Like the one, we have experts, set of panel of faculties who have themselves worked into those domains, who will be giving them live experiences, tutorials of softwares.
Yeah.
You mentioned that we, as doctors, we need to know about the softwares, the tech part. So that will be a value addition for the audience.
Also coming to AI, so I was interacting with one of my teammates. He had actually shown me that there was one AI software, I don't remember the name. They had just fed certain details about the patient and about the ailment, like what we say is history of the patient. So just a normal clinical history, and he had given that AI-powered software had given the entire medicine procedure or what has to be administered. So
complete flow of the
medicine and complete prescription was actually given along with the diet plan.
Okay.
So it's good. It's good, but not to rely upon it.
Right.
So nowadays, a lot of softwares have come up like Practo and all. You don't have to actually go to a doctor. It's a virtual assistant.
Telehealth.
Yeah, telehealth. So telehealth is actually on a boon because it's difficult for the people residing in rural areas to actually come out and then again go and get themselves treated. So there again, AI is a very big thing because AI is helping. But I would also warn people, Payam sir, because nowadays people are also searching about medicines on Google.
Correct.
And you are actually relying on the softwares. No. I know your doctor is taking consultation fee of 500 or whatever it is, and you are trying to save your money, but do not depend upon anything which is, because everything is marketed nowadays.
Correct.
If there's a drug, like sometimes, like one day I was asking you that if I talk about vitamins, which is the good brand?
Good brand.
Because they say that, okay, we have all the complexes over here, B2, but is it actually present? No, we don't know. Right? So always rely on your doctor first. AI is a help to the medicine industry, but AI is not the entire
replacement. It's just additional help.
Yes.
So Dr. Sonal, like before we end, one very important question I'd like to ask you. reliability on AI. Like we all know patient's information, data integrity. So don't you think that use of artificial intelligence could hamper confidentiality or privacy of a patient? So what are your takes on AI in the privacy and data integrity?
Well, it can happen both the ways.
Okay.
Because if there's a private information, usually what happens, doctors do not discuss it's a very confidential thing. This is the first thing which is taught to us on the ethics part.
Okay.
Ethics is something which I'm sure all the doctors would be following, and
Absolutely.
we do follow. So if there's a patient's information, it does not usually gets to the other person. But sometimes it may happen. We are all humans. Okay.
Right.
So that is something which is not there with AI. AI is not having any emotions, I already told you.
Right.
So they are like, they know that this is my patient record, this is the next patient's record.
Right.
So patient record keeping is something which is very useful if we use AI.
Right.
But yes, again, regarding confidentiality, again, I would say that, you can't compare it with any medical practitioner.
Correct.
Because that is something which is ingrained in us. So I would say that yes, AI can help on that.
Right.
But again, relying totally on AI would not be a good option.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Dr. Sonal, for shelling out so much of time. And I personally got to learn a lot from today's conversation. Hopefully our audience would also have got to learn a lot from you. And if you're a doctor, if you're a physiotherapist, if you are a dentist or any healthcare professional, then MedPrep by Academically is a one-stop solution. A channel where we have a lot of vacancy, recruitment information and licensure examination, and also such informative podcast that we bring to you. So once again, thank you so much, Dr. Sonal, for being a part of this podcast.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.